Representative Tim Ryan says President Biden's student loan forgiveness program sends the wrong message. The Democratic nominee in Ohio's highly watched Senate race instead preferring a broader package of debt relief and a tax cut for all working Americans. But despite disagreeing with President Biden, Ryan says he will join Biden at an upcoming event in the Buckeye State. And it comes after he previously said he wanted to win the U.S. Senate race on his own without Biden's help. So joining us now is Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief from our partners at The Hill. Bob, thanks so much for being with us. All right, so Tim Ryan said he will join the president at an event in Ohio next month, but he's also split, as we know, with the president on this student loan forgiveness. So how will voters look at that?
Well, I think it's smart for Democrats who are in tough races to distance themselves from the president. His numbers have gone up, Nichole, but they're still in the low 40s. They're nowhere near 50. And Tim Ryan has run a very good race. I'm surprised we're talking about his race right now because, well, he's in a red state, but the polling is showing that he's tight with Republican J.D. Vance. So I think he doesn't want to, create headlines that, no, I don't want to be anywhere near the president. I think other Democrats are going to say that. But you want to forge your own identity. And that's what Democratic candidates, especially over the last month, have been doing, and they've been doing it successfully.
All right, so you talk about forging your own identity there. We know, as you said, polling is close. So when asked earlier this year if he would want President Biden to come campaign with him, he was, let's say, non-committal at best. So what has changed now?
I think this is a debate that's going on in a lot of Democratic candidate offices. Should we have the president come or not? And some Democrats have said, well, listen, you always want to have the president there, but also making the case, OK, the president comes, but we're not clones. I disagree with him on student loans. And I think that's important because, remember, not everybody goes to college. And this plan, Congress does it all the time. The White House, previous White House doing it, pick winners and losers. The winners are the people who are going to get relief. But there are a lot of people who are not going to get relief. And that's very dicey if you're in a tough race to defend.
Well, absolutely. And as you said, this polling is so tight. We know part of Ryan's strategy is to try and court those moderate Republicans who may have reluctantly voted for the former president. Is that working?
I think so. I mean, listen, Donald Trump won Ohio easily. Hillary Clinton thought that she had a chance in the first time around in 2016, and nope, didn't happen, wasn't even close. So the fact that Ryan is running so far ahead of Biden, really, at this point, he knows what he's doing. But to win, he's still the underdog, without a doubt, in that state. But does he have a chance if he does well in the debates? Absolutely.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.